All right, friends, it's T-Bud. We are back with a brand new video, and it's on our good friend. I am longevity, bro. He popped up another video for us to react to. So we're gonna react to the I am longevity or shortgevity dude. Anyways, I am longevity says longevity's blind spot ignored by every expert. Expert.
Hi everyone, May 13th, 2025.
Yes.
Welcome back to my channel. I want to speak to you about something extremely important that...
Yes, I want to speak about something very important too. Tony, if this is about longevity, then why do you look 95 at 60? Why do you look 95, bro?
many people don't think about and or are being misled. Let me explain. Have you ever heard of your diaphragm? I made a video on this already. Diaphragm is a muscle. It is what helps control your lungs. That's what makes you breathe, not your lungs. This is the deal.
That's what makes you breathe. You're not breathing. So who's breathing for you? See, that's the question you have to ask. Who is breathing for you if you're not breathing? Could you imagine if you had to breathe and circulate and digest food and everything? You'd commit suicide and die if you had to do all these things. If your body didn't do it for you, your body's just there to keep you alive on this planet long enough to procreate, create more DNA, and pass on.
You can eat perfect. You can do everything perfect.
Yes,
you have people like Michael Lustgarten, conquering, die trying. You got people like Dave Asprey doing stem cell therapy.
Sure.
I mean, David Sinclair with his special, whatever he does.
Yeah.
None of it will do anything for you or your diaphragm. What do I mean by that? Centenarians die in their sleep.
Yeah.
Some of them are healthy. They just die in their sleep. And on the death certificates it says...
They do. They die in their sleep. A good majority of people. Why? Because your body prepares you for death. See what I mean? Because it's not able to replicate any more cells. Once that cell is unable to replicate, you die. The last cell.
Old age or natural causes. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Your diaphragm has motor units. Fast, about 50-50, fast and slow. You lose those.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
As I said before in my channel, when you reach...
I like how he says you lose those. You don't lose them to the point where they all disappear. You lose some, but you don't lose all of them. That's what they're saying.
75, the average person has lost 50% of their motor units. In later years, like 9 years old, they have about 10% left. The longer you live, the less motor units you have. Now, what does that mean? That means your diaphragm...
What does that mean? So the longer you live, the less motor units you have. What does that mean? That means... What does that mean? The longer you live, the less motor units you have. I guess, right? Man, this guy's funny.
Can no longer contract, expand. They cannot do this.
He can't?
So centenary.
He can't? The motor units, where's this signal coming from? Coming from your spinal cord, your brain and your spine, and it goes out to your extremities.
It's dying, they sleep, even if they're healthy, because they can't take that last breath. You don't have to believe me. You go on and keep doing what you're doing, because nothing in existence, not stem cells, not rapamycin, none of this stops the loss of motor units. Therefore,
nothing stops the loss of motor units. Okay. Nothing stops them. You're wrong. Testosterone stops the loss of motor units. Testosterone. And that's what he's taking because science tells you that it stops the loss of these motor units. Okay, look. Just... Yes, testosterone can indeed play a role in preventing the loss of motor units, which are functional units of muscle. Research has shown that testosterone treatment can attenuate dendritic atrophy in remaining motor neurons after injury or motor neuron depletion. This means testosterone can help maintain the structure and function of these neurons, which in turn helps preserve muscle function. And that's most likely what he's doing. He is taking TRT and jumping around like a little kid in the yard. Okay, dude? Now, don't let this guy fool you, okay, about the motor unit bullshit. He says nothing can stop it. But he knows what can stop it because that's what he discovered when he went to his doctor. His doctor gave him TRT and it stopped that.
All these people measuring their biomarkers. Oh, you're not
What do steroids do? Enhance performance. That's what they do.
going to conquer anything unless science can stop the loss of motor units. Every single person will die between the age.
It does. We just read that. It stops the loss of motor units, bro. Get it? What the fuck? What fucking part does this sucker not understand, fucking?
115, maximum 122, 114, 118, because you run out of motor units.
Yeah, so you went to your doctor and you got testosterone shots. Get it? So you can jump around like a monkey in a yard and convince people that they should jump around because they're losing motor units. That's not going to prevent the loss of motor units. That's going to increase the loss of motor units jumping around a fucking schoolyard like a monkey, you asshole.
Ladies and gentlemen, motor units is the communication from your brain to your muscles. That's what makes you move. Once that breaks, once the nervous system cuts off, the signal cuts off, then I don't care what you do. I don't care how many stem cells you shoot. Ladies and gentlemen, please wake up. Please wake up. Stop being misled by people. They're not thinking of the future. They're in their 40s, 50s, 30s, 60. You need to do the best you can to save. You're not saving them. Maybe you could slow them. And that's what I'm working on. You need to slow the loss of these motor units because there is.
Yeah, that's what he's working on. Let's see. Let's go back there again. What slows it down? Let's see. Yes, testosterone can indeed play a role in what? Preventing the loss of motor units. It prevents the loss of them and slows it down. Okay? You understand me? So I don't know what he's talking about. That's what he's doing. That's what all these influencers are doing online. They're all on drugs, okay? Like him. Trying to convince you you're going to jump around a fucking yard. And that's going to prevent the loss of them.
There is no stopping them. And there is no implant.
Yes. TRT, what he's taking from his Italian doctor. He's paid off his Italian doctor $50. Probably, most likely, I don't know. Okay? I'm speculating. But it appears that way. You understand me? It appears to be testosterone, TRT. It appears that he paid somebody, possibly, I don't know, Italian doctor like him. He's Italian. Tony from who knows where.
New motor units, like some people claim, oh, AI is going to create new motor units and they're going to implant them in our body. No, they're not.
I don't know about no AI creating any of these things. I have no clue what he's talking about, but whatever.
It's never going to happen. You cannot implant motor units in your body. Let's say they create motor neurons, axons. These are all parts of the motor unit they have to create, by the way.
What about it?
Neuromuscular junctions. They have to create the exact acetylcholine, which is a neurotransmitter that sends the signal from the nerve to the muscle. Everything, they have to recreate everything, including your spinal cord, including the signal that you lost. And once you lose that signal, there is no mapping that they could bring it back. They don't know, they're not going to know where to hook up the axon. Let's say they implant, they make a new motor unit. Let's say they do this. They have to connect the axon. Some of them are 3 feet long from your spinal cord, the ventral horn it's called, all the way to your foot. They have to know which way it went. And by the way, once it gets disconnected.
But that's not what's preventing you from dying because you preserved some motor neurons, dude. Get it? You die because your cells can no longer replicate. They don't replicate anymore, so you die. The last cell can't replicate, so you die. So it's obvious. Let's see. What would possibly allow you to live longer? Okay. Getting more cells. Yeah, that could keep replicating. Okay. In bodybuilding, we call that expanding the satellite cell pool. If you expand the satellite cell pool, yes, it most likely could. I can't tell you the truth. I don't know. This is speculation because I don't have any real studies on it. It does tell you you could expand it. Possibly there's new cells. Can it extend your lifespan? Let's see. I mean, I think I posted a community section already. Possibly yes. Let's see. Longevity. Well, there's no direct evidence that simply, hold on, fuck. Simply expanding the satellite cell pool extends lifespans in humans. It's a crucial part of muscle repair and regeneration, that we know, which is vital for overall health and longevity because they don't have any studies that could tell you whether this could extend your lifespan, which is a vital for health and longevity. A study in mice showed that increasing satellite cells through exercise can help maintain muscle health. Muscle, that is important. Health equals longevity. Health-gevity equals longevity. Health and potentially offset age-related declines. So this can offset age-related declines. So that would possibly be one of them, this motor unit thing, okay? Exercise particularly is a powerful tool for rejuvenating, expanding the satellite cell pool, especially in older individuals. But can you live longer? I don't know. Uh, hold Expanding satellite cell pool stem cells responsible for muscle regeneration can delay death in certain contexts, such as in aging muscle. By increasing the number of satellite cells, and muscle has a larger pool to draw upon for repair and regeneration, which is very important. You being able to repair and regenerate will most likely, yes, make you live longer. You know what I mean? Potentially mitigating the negative effects of aging or muscle damage. So this is it's a better tool. It's a better tool to expand the satellite cell pool than what he's talking about.
And the motor unit dies. It doesn't leave a trace. So science has to guess all this. Now just one motor neuron, a motor unit, all of them.
Listen to me. When you get older, there is a lapse in regeneration and repair. So he keeps talking about motor units. What about repairing and regeneration? If it's dysfunctional, you're fucked. You die. You understand me? If you cannot regenerate, you if muscle is too expensive, hold on a second. Scar tissue. In older adults, while repair and regeneration can still occur, they are generally impaired compared to younger individuals. The body's capacity to regenerate tissues, including nerves, muscle, and skin, diminishes with age, leading to slower healing and higher susceptibility to chronic wounds and conditions. Okay, well, there you go. Age is associated with a decline in tissue integrity. So I think if you focus on getting your body to always regenerate, repair, and regenerate, that will be probably your best bet. Okay, but he doesn't do that. He doesn't regenerate muscle. He doesn't do exercises that lead to muscle regeneration. So me personally, if you're asking me, my personal thing, okay, opinion, that this is a better modality to follow. They even say it's science, bro. You have to, otherwise it becomes dysfunctional. If it's quiescent too long, then this thing is compromised. See. Yes, prolonged quiescence of satellite cells, the muscle stem cells responsible for repair, can impair their ability to regenerate and remodel muscle tissue. There you go. In individuals, these cells may enter a senescent state. They enter a senescent state. Get it? Meaning they are non-dividing, irreversible state hindering their regenerative capacity. So you're fucked. So he's wrong. This is a much more powerful modality to longevity, unlike what he's talking about. Plus, there's autophages involved. You clean up dead senescent cells when you regenerate because there's a level of muscle damage. There's a lot of things going on in eccentric exercise and muscle damage, which what he does not do that, jumping around a yard.
Plus, if they do put these new motor units inside the body, the rest of your body has to match the age of the motor unit. Your ligaments, your tendons, your muscles, your bones, your circulatory system, every system in your body has to match the motor unit that's being replaced in your body. Because if it isn't, it's not going to work right. All I'm saying is this, I don't want to get into the detail of that. That's coming. I already mentioned parts of this in my study that I published, but
okay, motor units again. He says if you put them in, everything else gets younger. This too. So let me see. No, increase the cell pool population of myogenic stem cells and muscle tissue directly lead to increase in the number of motor neurons. Hold on, does not directly lead to an increase. Okay, it doesn't increase them, but they stay the way they were, most likely. They're not increasing, but they stay the way they were. While both are involved in muscle maintenance, they're both involved in muscle maintenance. He just says it's motor units. No, these are both involved. And repair and function independently. Motor neurons primarily control muscle contractions. They do. They control muscle contractions. When they become dysfunctional, you got bad contractions. While satellite cells are involved in muscle regeneration, according to a study by the National whatever, satellite cell abundance declines with age. Satellite cell abundance declines with age. So he says that these motor neurons, they decrease with age. But what about the stem cell satellite cell pool? Get it? But their myogenic potential ability to regenerate muscle remains intact. They always remain intact. They found that they were active in dead bodies. Another study from MIT Research News highlights that exercise can increase motor neuron growth. There you go. Highlights that exercise can increase motor neuron growth. And which is that? It's this stuff. This satellite cell, muscle damage, eccentric exercise, okay? There are nerve cells transmitted signals from the brain to the cord, causing them to contract. And they are essential for muscle movement and control. Sorry, my nose is a little bit stuffed up this morning. I've been outside in the cold weather the whole night.
what I'm trying to say is this.
Yeah.
You cannot stop the loss of motor units. So once you reach the 115 mark,
you can stop it with testosterone and even the satellite cell or muscle regeneration. Okay, there can be a growth in there. There's a denervation and a renervation. So we know it will still function. He's wrong.
you run out of them. So please explain to me, all you biohackers.
You don't. You won't run out of them. That's stupid. You can't run out of them. They don't go to zero.
Cold water plunging. Tell me, have you discovered how to stop the loss of motor units? Because
yeah, testosterone stops the loss of motor units. We already discussed that. And it says here, when you read the bottom here, another study from MIT Research News highlights that exercise can increase motor neuron growth.
scientists to this day can't do it, or else they would have cured ALS.
Oh my
Wake
God.
up. Listen. Train.
Yeah.
Especially the air barrier. I'm going to make another video on it. And how to really train the motor units. That breathing apparatus is not enough. Not even close. I forgot the guy's name. That has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. It has absolutely nothing. I'm not copying him. It has nothing to do. The man never even talked about motor units. No one ever talked about motor units for longevity. No one.
I did. I talked about it on my old channel and talk about it on this one. It's just part of it. It's not one thing, bro. Get it?
So, I am not making this up. I'm telling you like it is. You know why no one talked about it? First of all, no one trains this. You have to start early in life to really. I'm not saying you can't do it in your 50s, 60s. You can only
I love this. You're gonna train for motor units. Okay.
slow down what you have left. Because rest assured, you lost them. You can't get that back, by the way. You can only train what you have.
That's not necessarily true. I've read some other reports where they can grow back. It's specific though in exercise, and it has to do with eccentric exercise, okay? It's very specific.
And look, I'm not trying to downplay anyone. I'm not trying to sound negative. I'm telling you like it is. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful day.
But again, testosterone, as we know, prevents the loss of them. And so, like I said, most likely Tony is on testosterone. And now he found the fountain of youth. It's really testosterone. The doctor gave us the testosterone. And he's like, you know what? I found it. The loss of motor unit. It's running around like a yo-yo in a yard, jumping up and down on garage doors and shit. You know what I mean? Doing box jumps and shit. Okay. Yeah. Sure, of course, yeah.
Any more videos coming?
Yeah.
Motor units is life.
Yeah, sure it is, yeah.
Motor units is life.
So
yes.
if motor units is life to you, then go do what Tony is most likely doing. Go see your doctor. They'll give you some testosterone shots, okay? If you're so worried about motor units.
Mitochondria, etc., etc. But without motor units, you're not going anywhere. I mean,
look, I do a couple of bouts of eccentric exercise and bam, I feel like motor units are already increasing. They're already coming back for the depths of whatever death.
Take it as you want. I'm just giving you the facts here.
Okay.
The hallmarks of aging are a theory. All of them are theories. Motor unit loss is not a theory. It's a fact of life. Every single person slows down.
Yeah, myogenic decline is a fact of life. Get it? It's a fact of life. Yeah.
And gets frail the older they get.
Yeah, you get frail with the loss of what? Satellite cells. And these senescent cells, a buildup of senescent cells. That's going to equate to your lifespan will shorten. If we could get rid of senescent cells, can we increase lifespan? Here's the thing. The eccentric exercise gets rid of muscle damage, gets rid of senescent cells. Could that increase lifespan? Let's find out. It is plausible that removing or preventing the accumulation of senescent cells could increase lifespan. And what can do that? Eccentric exercise, muscle damage can do that. Studies in mice have shown that eliminating senescent cells can extend lifespan by 17 to 35%. See what I mean? So what exercise can do that? What exercise can do that? Eccentric exercise. Yes, exercise, especially high-intensity eccentric exercise, can help remove what? Senescent cells and potentially what? Expand what? Lifespan. So what I do is more powerful than what Tony does. You understand me? Because motor units do not remove senescent cells. Get it? Although the extent of its effect on lifespan is still being researched, of course it's still being researched, everything is, because they've never reached that point, but they already know. They have an idea. It's kind of obvious. If you remove senescent cells, guess what? It's kind of obvious. You're going to start looking younger because people are telling me I already look younger because I've moved for what? Removing these senescent cells, doing eccentric exercise. That's why. Eccentric exercise, which involves muscle lengthening under tension, can induce muscle damage, which triggers a cellular response that involves immune cells, including macrophages, to clear debris, including what? Including what? Senescent cells. Can motor units do that? Your motor unit training, bro? Hey, dude. Hey, dude. You understand me? There are damaged cells that no longer divide but continue functioning abnormally, contributing to what? Inflammation and tissue damage. Senescent cells. And what can clear it? Exercise, senescent cell clearance. It's fucking eccentric exercise, dude. Get it? That's what will remove it. How exercise helps? Eccentric exercise and muscle damage. Potential benefits: reducing senescent cells. By removing senescent cells, exercise may help to slow down age related decline and potentially extend lifespan. So he says motor units. Yeah, sure, okay. He's wrong. He's wrong about that.
Bottom line, it's a fact of life.
Sure it
Have a
is.
wonderful day. Slow down that frailty, ladies and gentlemen. Take care.
Yeah, it's a fact of life. You understand me? It's a fact of life that what Tony's doing will actually make you lose. If you're not doing what he's doing, taking TRT, you will lose these motor units jumping around, accelerated aging, accelerating senescent cells and aging and everything, jumping around, doing exercise all day, okay, stressing the shit out of yourself, hypoxia, oxidative stress and shit. You're going to shorten your lifespan and you're going to lose these motor units, okay? I'll see you in the next one. Tell what you think about that. Like, subscribe, support the channel. I'll see you. That was ridiculous. This guy's ridiculous, man.